Here in Sapmi, the dark forests, deep lakes and high mountains hide a multitude of mysterious beings. We don't see them because they often hide from us. But up here we are reminded that they exist when someone gets lost in the mountains, when the wind makes strange noises, when the milk turns sour overnight, then you know these beings have been on the move. These days, one can interpret the troll's actions as a fierce reaction to man's negative influence on nature, represented through the development of the railway in the remote tundra, the placement of wind farms illegally encroached on the reindeer grazing land, deforestation in pre-tundra forests, logging increase, mining increase, hydroelectric power plants in our rivers, and how all of this arouses resentment from the forces of nature. In the past, trolls were a natural part of our world, a way of reminding people to always respect nature. The trolls live in inaccessible and untouched nature, for example, in caves, in the mountains, in the forest where the sun never shines. The stories about them are many and old. They are beings that live in rocks in small family units, usually as father and daughter or mother and son. Smaller trolls are said to live in burial mounds. Trolls are often associated with certain landmarks, which can very often explain how they were formed when a troll has been exposed to sunlight on that exact part of the land. Trolldom is the Scandinavian folk magic. It is what the trolls do and what people who have awakened that type of magic do. And what is it that trolls do? They do otherness, respect for otherness. In this corner of the world, our landscape, the stunning rocks, formations, are for us living here, resting trolls. By walking on those bodies on a daily basis, some people have awoken their sorcery. Trolls, a tale for the rest of the world, but the living, breathing secret of our grounds for us, living in the landscape of the fairy tale books the big world eagerly reads about. Trolldom sorcery is the sorcery of the rocks and the mountains, and the ancient people of my lands conducted troll services as they deeply knew the mountains and the sorcerers treading those mountains, the reindeer, which with the persistent knocking of their hooves on the rocky terrain learned how to wake up the trolls and obtain their sorcery. Trolldom sorcery is most certainly experienced at a local level here in northern Norway as the hoodoo of the north. It is based on two concepts, imitative magic and the magic of contagion. Imitative magic is the mimicking of a certain natural phenomenon to obtain whatever it is that you need in your spellcast. And contagion magic is based on the awareness that personal energy can travel through blood. But what blood and belonging to who? This I had to figure out myself. Very little I knew I would have found the answer in a rock-forming mineral. It was a very cold autumn day 9 years ago. I was following 2 reindeer on a rock formation to make sure they wouldn't go close to the sea that was raging. When on such a great day my eyes fell under the spell of garnets formations on those rocks, radiating with warmth and the color of rich blood. By the time my thoughts found again their way to the 2 reindeer, those 2 reindeer were nowhere to be seen again. The landscape in that area is very vast and spacious, and there was absolutely no trace of the 2 reindeer. On that day, I think I met trolldom for the very first time. I understood the land was telling me those garnets were the blood of the trolls. I could have used it in my craft to keep the ancient flame alive and make sure the key ingredient of many spells was actually there. I have used them whole, made troll blood water by boiling them, made troll blood powder to sprinkle. Since then, I have used this type of sorcery effectively very often. There is not one spell, prayer or blessing I perform that doesn't include a drop of blood of my land and my ancestors in a way or another. While the world calls the trolls a fable, we call them our land. If something breathes, bleeds, hurts, feels, it actually means it is alive. Our land up here gave us stories of the Blue Night. Our land, the North, nurtured us, and I feel we are the caretakers of those stories. We do not pollute it, we do not eat it barren. We are co-creators in maintaining the integrity and balance of this land, bent by humility all the way to the ground where our roots spread. This is how the blood sings. Until next time, my friends, take good care of yourselves and your witchcraft, and may the gods bless you and all that matters to you.